Hi, in this video, I'd like to show you just how easy it is to parameterize your tests using SmartBear's LoadNinja tool. Okay, I have logged in to my account, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a project. Oh, we already have one called Demo. That works great. Let's record a web test. Okay, we'll start recording. Great, looks like everything came up. Okay, let's go through a few steps here, just so that we don't have a completely boring script. Let's go to our blog. Let's go to referrals. Click on testimonials. And then let's go to company. Contact us. This will bring up our contact form. Let's fill in some initial data. And I'll just put the word comment down below. And now I'll scroll down and click submit. Okay, we got back our confirmation, which tells us that the information that we entered in the form was accepted, and an email has gone out to my email account to let me know that somebody had contacted us and why. Okay, now let's play this back to make sure that everything is working properly. Before I do that, I'm going to stop recording. It's always a good idea. I'll go down to settings and change this to minimum think time because we don't want this playback to take any longer than it needs to. And then we'll click on close and play it back. Home page, blog, referrals, testimonials, and there's our contact form, filling in our information. And submitting it. Everything works great. So we're just going to save this, and let's call this script 01. So what we've seen is that we're going to our home page, then we're stepping through a number of sections. We're going through the blog, referrals, testimonials. Then we're going to our contact form, and then we're submitting information in the contact form that goes back to my company. But if we play this with 1,000 virtual users, they're all going to have the same data being submitted in that form. What if we want every form submission to be different? That's what we're going to explain how to do here. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here where it says import data bank. Now, I have already created a data bank, and that's very simple. You just need a comma delimited file. So I went to a site called Mockaroo, and Mockaroo enables you to create data for testing up to 1,000 rows of data at no charge. So here we did first name, last name, email, and comment, and we got 1,000 rows. It's in CSV format, and I downloaded it, put it on my machine, and we're ready to go. So what I'll do is I'll go back here, I'll import the data bank, and so we get to our first step. And this step is select the data that you want to import. So I'm going to browse. I'll go to my desktop. I'll go to data. And here's the file that I downloaded from Mockaroo, mockdata.csv. So I'll just click there and say open. Okay, it imported it. You can see it right here. And now we're going to define the file format. So click on the tab. And first row contains header. It indeed does. And the column delimiter was comma. So that's great. Let's go to the next. Now, LoadNinja is showing us what would be imported and how. So we have our first row, which is our headers. And then we have first name, last name, email address, and comment. For comment, what I did when I went to Mockaroo is I said, give me a list of corporate departments, just something to put into the comment field. And that's what we did. So here you see business development, engineering, R&D, training, etc. We can scroll down further and take a deeper look at it, but everything looks great. And now we're going to map this data to the script, because right now, really, LoadNinja doesn't know what fields you want to map this data to. So here we go. And the cool thing here is LoadNinja already knows those fields that you can map data to. And in this case, we have our first name, last name, email address, and comment field. And in addition, we have the URL of the site. And what's cool about that, we're not going to use that today in this video, but you can actually create a load test by having 1,000 URLs in a data file, pull that in, and then just hit those URLs. So it's very powerful. But here we're going to look, and this one, it was the first name. So we're going to get it from mock data. All of these are coming from mock data. So let's just select those. We're not going to do anything with this URL at the top. And then what is the column? So first name, last name. Oh, I see. I caught that. Now we're going to have email address and comment. And everything looks great. So now we're going to save the mapping, and we have just parameterized our test. So now, whenever we run this, we are going to have different information coming up in those fields. So let's just play it back and see what happens. Make sure that our settings are all the way we want them to be. Good. And let's play it back. Okay, homepage, blog, referrals, testimonials, and here's our contact form. Sure enough, this is not Michael Punske anymore. Lily Pedrochi. And that worked just great. So once again, we'll just save that. And if you want to take a look at this running in a test, what we'll do is we're going to go back up to our project, demo, and we're going to create a load test scenario. So let's make this simple. Let's create 4 virtual users. We'll make it duration based. So let's call this like a 5-minute test. and we'll ramp up in 1 minute and have 1 second between iterations. It's all good. Once again, because it's so few users, we're not worried about the think time being too little, so we'll use minimum. And let's go and add our web test, of course. There it is. So let's save this and run it. Okay, we're back. Test has started. And you can see that we're starting to get some data back. Let's just let it run a little bit. We can take a look at statistics. It's just going through the first iteration right now. Here we go. We have 1 iteration and 15 steps have been recorded, 2 iterations. Okay. Everything's running fine. There are no errors. Let's take a look at the VAU inspector, which gives us an insight into exactly what's happening. So the cool thing here is all these names and email addresses are different. So everything worked, and we can see from this that every virtual user is using its own row of data and filling in the form using different information, which in most cases is getting submitted into a database and stored. And there are reasons to use different data. One reason that you would want to have different data is for user ID and password when you're logging in. One would be when you're filling out a form. One might be search terms that you're filling out to look for various things on Amazon, like furniture or electronics, etc. But as you can see, LoadNinja makes this very simple. So that's it for this video. Come back and take a look at our other videos and see if there's something that you can learn from them as well. Thank you very much.